I am only one person on a planet of 8 billion, but I have a story.
A story not of sadness,
but of hope. Hope in the present, holding the belief
that I can live each day doing the best I can.
Hope in a future in which I can fulfill the dreams of my parents.
And hope that
by doing what I can do, I'll be part of something bigger than myself.
By doing so, I can help repay the goodness others have shown me
and those I love. It won't be easy because I am only one.
Still, I am one.
The law enforcement torch run is one of the miracles of Special Olympics.
This whole movement started with one voice. One person, one voice having an idea. And that quickly rolled into a half a dozen who made that first run.
And they join together in this simple idea that the flame of hope, with the spirit of the flame of hope, that the athletes of Special Olympics represent the best of our communities.
To begin with, we tried to figure out what could we do to help Special Olympics. And I remember that I was in my office on the 4th floor of City Hall when a couple of the officers came in and said, "Chief, I got an idea about running the torch." And that's when we talked about it, and I said, "That's a great idea." And as a result of that, later that afternoon, 6 of them got together and ran that torch with some athletes 5 miles. That's exactly where I was when it first started. And then the media picked up on this, and they called me on the next business day and said, "Chief, this is a great idea, what can we do?" I said, "Send money."
I can remember they started with a few $1,000s was the end result. I mean, we're talking about now millions of dollars. And along with the monies, they brought individual involvement. And that's what really has made this program what it is today.
You know, to watch it grow from a few volunteers to something that inspired an entire movement of nearly 85,000 volunteers and law enforcement officers in it is really one of the most symbolic strengths of Special Olympics across our entire movement.
It has united law enforcement. You've got federal, state, and local officers all pulling together for a common cause. You've got international officers. We've got a brotherhood of law enforcement who know each other around the world because of the torch run.
To see those officers give of themselves, tirelessly volunteering, sitting on rooftops, waiting tables, selling t-shirts, running and running and running, and then see them saluting the athletes. And after all, remembering that for many of these athletes, they come from places where nobody would even look at them, much less salute.
Those with intellectual disabilities are a population within our communities that need the same care and attention and support as youth, as seniors, as minorities, and they need the same opportunities. Being involved in Special Olympics, coming together with law enforcement officers from around the world in support of this effort, is just the right thing to do. It's what policing is all about. It's about reaching into your community, giving back to your community, developing your community in the best possible way.
If you've never had the opportunity to talk to somebody who has special needs, there can be a certain amount of fear there. It's not necessarily, it's fear of the unknown. And we have the opportunity to break down those barriers for people so that they can interact and see that it's about inclusion and it's about focusing on the ability and not the disability.
But the future of the torch run is to continue to teach the lesson of Special Olympics into new communities, to remind every law enforcement officer all over the world that being a part of this is not a burden, it's not a charity, it's not a duty, it's a joy. And to be friends with, to run with, to be part of the lives of the athletes of Special Olympics is one of the great honors in life.
That's the key for me, is that every event we have, everything we do, it's all about having fun and being together, and the fundraising just sort of happens.
Come out, experience it, and it will become personal for you. And you'll understand, like so many others, why it's important to become involved and the power and influence that you can have individually for making a difference. And if you are involved already in the torch run, in Special Olympics, then share your passion with somebody else. That's the key. That's the key to our success, to our sustainability.
After all, let's remember, Special Olympics today serves under 4 million athletes, but there are over 200 million people with intellectual disabilities. Never make the mistake of thinking that we're done. There have been great triumphs, but the future of the torch run is to remind the world the human dignity that Special Olympics proclaims through the joy of sport and through the hope of the flame have still many corners to reach.